Good morning. Calendar week 3. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's going completely crazy out there. Anyway, the right way, whatever that might mean. I can't do this with the wind that loud. Madness. Anyway, it's been quite a busy week outside the pirate barracks island. I went for a nice long walk in the forest for the first time since I messed up my foot. It still looks a bit iffy, but we can really call it functionally healed now. I was taken out on a shopping excursion, and I've been doing some English tutoring for a local family. Teaching has always been one of my favourite jobs, so that has also been a merry distraction from hauling potatoes. Last week, I reported that the winds had been intense during the night. This week, they doubled down to show what they could do when they really meant business. During the day, temperatures went above freezing a good few times. Both of these are well on the way to a January without snow, which should not be a thing. Personally, I think the weather gods are trying to trick us into sowing our tomato seeds too early. We're not that easily fooled. Sure, if you're somewhere that's gotten used to the pleasing warm ocean currents which bathe you in tropical heat and a frost-free springtime, February, then make the most of it while you can. Damn, that's going to be life-altering when that turns off. For the rest of us, we will not be tempted. That said, when I get back from the UK, I'll be kicking off the sowing year with chilies, onions and aubergines. Wherever you are, you can probably get these in as well, but the first week of February is a good time as any to start them off, and a better time than many. Ah yes, off to the UK for that family business thing that none of us are much looking forward to. Leaving here on Wednesday morning, I'm going to be away from the barracks for, I think, the longest I've ever been in one go. The locals have all rallied around quite amazingly and have organised a pig feeding roster. Later today, I'm off to get another 400 kilos of pig food for the hairy ingrates, and we have 4 bags of bread and the water butts are filled, so I think everything's going to be just fine. In the kitchen. The masterful plumbing job I did on the kitchen sink here in the loft, which has held an astonishing 4 years or more, finally exploded on me. I don't expect it to be a difficult fix, but it will be a stinky one. Everything is blocked, possibly in multiple places. We're back to chucking water outside again. Luxuries can be hard-won and short-lived. In better kitchen news, though, the pumpkin paste that I made last year has been a revelation. If you remember, the 25 tomato season got off to a blistering start, so much so that I sun-dried quite a lot of tomatoes thinking we were going to be all glutty for months. We were not. The weather just did not play good tomato games last year, and the upwards of 60 pots of tomato sauces that we need for an average winter were not forthcoming. So to compensate, I made a sort of a pumpkin-based sauce that I hope to be able to swap in for more traditional ragu creations. I knew it'd be a bit weird, but needs must, better than nout. Well, it's been wonderful. I finally plucked up the courage to pop a lid this week, and it's fantastic. The best so far has been a nice simple pumpkin paste with onions and garlic on a bed of potato wedges. Soup is a natural product of warming it up with an equal amount of homemade stock. This experiment will be repeated. The YouTubes. For people who like it that way, you've always been able to get the Pirate Patter audio version of this newsletter on the YouTubes. And if you ever wanted to go back and listen to anything from the library, that would be the place to do it. For whatever unfathomable reasons you might have for doing that. There have also been very intermittent times, not recently, when I uploaded incredibly long format videos of me doing boring things. Here, for example, is half an hour of silently pruning trees. As it says in the description of the video, I'm not telling you how to prune fruit trees, I'm just getting on with it. And that's my shtick. For someone who is contracted to write a book for the standout premier publisher of how-to books, I don't really like telling people how to do things. I'm fine with showing how I do things, but seeing as these ways are under constant evaluation and revision, they are fluid, to say the least. Immortalizing them as the right way is always going to be a lie. But I have always wanted a good and successful YouTube channel that I'm proud of, and I've very slowly been working towards getting all the ducks in a row. The plan is to upload something every week, but it won't be at all episodic. There won't be any how-tos. Possibly uniquely, there won't be a whole lot of project-based stuff either. Most people doing gardening, self-sufficiency content online either seem to be concentrating on a single project or a single instructional didactic with every release. Mine will not be. It will be the rambling audio version of this newsletter. Weekly updates from my shed. A Jackanory Substack, for those of you old enough and British enough to know what that was. So joyfully presenting the shed, or at least 1.5 sides of a shed, which looks a little sheddy on camera. It's supposed to definitively give old man in the shed vibes, but I hope that it's contrived enough for people to enjoy the magic of film and reality of it. Anyway, here it is. If you want to help me make it on the YouTubes, I need some decent watch hours. If you're going to the shops or planning a nice long bath or running some errands, you could do worse than put on a video of me raking leaves for 100 minutes and just leave it playing while you go out. A few of you doing that, and we should hit those monetizable goals in a jiffy. Ah yes, I will be monetizing it. Without wanting to tempt fate, my 15-year-old computer will go the way of my 5-year-old sink one day soon, for sure. It's not for the money, though. I think it will be fun and entertaining, for me. Let's see how it goes. And now I already am very late. I'm not quite sure what will be in next week's newsletter, as I'm planning on being somewhere en route from the UK back to my forest. Wishing you all wonderful weeks, and sending all my piratey love. Your loving Pirate Ben. XO. XO.